Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Canadian Football Central CFL content for the fans, by the fans, and we got another re-signing coming up as the Edmonton Elks have re-signed Cody Fajardo at quarterback, and it looks like he's most likely going to be the team starter going into next year with reports that potentially Edmonton Elks may be moving on from a guy like Trey Ford. You know, thinking that, you know, they gave him a shot and it hasn't panned out. As apparently they may be interested in trading him, but that's an expensive asset in case anyone would be interested. But Cody Fajardo signs a 1-year deal that puts him through 2026. Now, as of the time we are recording this video, and potentially the time you're watching it, who knows, there's no information out yet on exactly the nature of the contract in terms of how much money it's going to be for. Again, hopefully all this becomes public, but we don't know yet.
Fun fact, Cody Fajardo negotiated this himself.
Did he actually? Where does it say that?
He did. If you watch the podcast or listen to it from December 10th, JC Abbott, Justin Dunk, and John Hodge, they even say that he negotiated it himself.
So 3 Down is reporting that he negotiated this himself,
his own contract,
and there was no agent or anything involved.
No.
That's a ballsy move, not gonna lie, because you could give this is not gonna lie. This is why agents exist. This is why lawyers exist, because you can get fucked over by the terms and conditions, my friend.
No. So basically, the way that they worded it was, he basically went in and he took Davis Alexander's contract from this past year. And I forget who else's contract he used as a base contract to do his negotiations.
Interesting. So he just took someone else's contract and modified it for himself, essentially, rather than actually fully. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. You know what I mean? Like, I can't blame the guy. Probably save money on agent fees. You know. So, but that's the thing. So Cody Fajardo, he's 33 years old. This will be, I think, his 10th season in the CFL, as he started in 2016. And with his first real season being 2019, though, when he got kind of the reins as the starting QB for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. He's 33 years old, so he's not young, but he's also not that this guy is not necessarily on his last legs in the sense of that it's going to be 2 or 3 years that he's out. Like, you know, we got guys like Trevor Harris playing until he's 29. So there's still potentially a decent amount of time that he'll be in the league, and he's done very, very well. Ever since 2021, which he got 2,970 passing yards, again, where he was only 30 yards shy, and he played 12 games that year. He's had 3,000 yards every season since then, and of the seasons since then, obviously 2023, 3,847 passing yards. But then this past season, even with the Edmonton Elks, 3,408 passing yards, 14 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, so 2-1 there. And he has been that for the past 2 years, because he got 16-7 last year, or the year before, sorry, and then 14-7 just this past year. And so I think that this is a good move for the Edmonton Elks, because again, with Trey Ford, we haven't. It was something that everybody really wanted to make work, in the sense of he's 27 years old. He is a national. He's a Canadian quarterback, and they wanted to make it work. You know what I mean? But it just never got going. You know what I mean? It never got where it needed to get. The picks that he threw at times are pretty bad. And Cody Fajardo he's just a breath of consistency. That's what he is. And like, even if you look at his time in college, he played for Nevada, for the Nevada Wolfpack, that was. Through 2010 and 2014, his career there, He didn't play any games in 2010, so let's discount that. 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, he was pretty consistent in the sense of that he had done very well in the sense of first year he got 17,707 for passing yards. But then the year after, 2,700, 2,668, and then almost 2,500. And so he was right around that 2,500 mark, 2,600 mark the entire time. So he had been very, very consistent there. Gave a crack at NFL, but he never ended up playing a game. And then over the course of his CFL career, it's been a little bit up and down. But again, once he got in 2019, where he had a good run with the Saskatchewan Roughriders, his only season where he was over 4,000 passing yards, he's been pretty good since then. And so honestly, it makes sense. The only aspect of the game where Trey Ford is kind of the clear choice, though, is just in the rushing game. Trey Ford as his running's a bit better. But I mean, your number one job as a QB is your passing game, and that's where Cody Fajardo, in my opinion, has a clear advantage and is very good, well suited. So, what do you think of this signing, Rick? Do you think that this is the right move?
Well, going into more of that that audio that I listened to.
Yeah.
Justin Dunk says that there was at some point Cody was like 75% about to retire, but then he changed his mind. So I mean,
so maybe he won't have a lot more years in the CFL, but he certainly can if he chooses to. We have not seen a big regression in his game in that regard.
I mean, when you only want to play for one team and one team only.
Well, you know what the thing is, though, as well? Sometimes, like, success kind of changes minds and makes guys stick around longer than they maybe would have. I wonder if guys on the Bombers have stuck around and not retired yet because of the fact that the Bombers have been on this run in the Grey Cup, getting to their five straight seasons. Obviously not winning all those, but the fact that they were so close for so long, and even if we look at like a guy like Trevor Harris, I'll put it this way: if you think Trevor Harris was the coach of, or was the quarterback for the Ottawa Redblacks, do you think he signs that 1-year deal? I think he retires then. You know what I mean? Again, no way to know for sure. I'm just saying, educated guess. That's what I would go with. But it's one of those things where the Edmonton Elks are on the upswing. Like, as much as, again, they missed playoffs here, there's a serious potential for them to go into a spot. The Edmonton Elks have been out of playoffs for numerous years. They've been getting closer and closer and closer to getting back into it, and they want it. They really do. And so I feel like this is a move that makes sense. And so as long as they get some good receiving talent, guys that Cody Fajardo can throw to, then I think it all adds up. So, anything you got there, Rick, or are we pretty good there? Well, thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Make sure you guys leave a like on the video, share it around, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if you haven't, make sure you guys join our Discord. Link in the description below to our Discord, where we discuss all things CFL, NHL, all sorts of sports stuff. So make sure you guys go there and keep the conversation going. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Peace, love, and positivity to all you wonderful people at home. We will see you guys next time. Touchdown!